Good morning, everyone. Yes. Here, we're going to show you what I'm doing today. Hey, what you doing? Uh-oh, where you at? There you are. What you doing? Huh? Look up here. Look up here. Look up here. Look what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? You old good dog. You old good dog. Yes, you a good dog. Yes, you a good dog. Yes, you a good dog. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You don't have to go outside again, do you? Do you have to go outside again? You don't. You don't, do you? Go play with your baby. Go play with your baby. Go play with your baby. We got stuff to do here. We got stuff to do here. You gotta go play with your baby. Yes, I know. I know you're a good dog. Yes, I know you're a good dog. Yes, you're a good dog, ain't you? You're a good dog. You like chewing on fingers? You like chewing on fingers? Huh? You like chewing on fingers? Like you chewing on fingers? Come on here. What are you doing? What are you doing? You like chewing on fingers? What? You like chewing on fingers, don't you? You like chewing on fingers, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, you like chewing on fingers, don't you? All right. Come here. Hey, you want to see something cute? Look at. What are you playing with that thing? What you playing with that thing for? Huh? What you playing with that toy for? All right. Go play with your toy. Go play with your toy. You go play with your toy. You go play with your toy. All right, guys. That's Holly. That's Holly. Yes, you dog. This is Holly. You gotta go outside. You gotta go outside. All right. Just hold up a second. I'll let you outside for a little bit. You gotta go outside. All right. Come on. I'll let you out. Wow. How come? How come we going? Hey, come here, Holly. All right, just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Wait, 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 wait. Wait, 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 wait. Okay, go. Go out there and go potty. All right. We got a dog out. She's got to go out and go potty. She has to go on a chain or on a cable because I don't know if she ran away or not, but that's my neighbor's John's dog. John was in the 82nd for a little while, and he was out for a while. Then he got back into the National Guard, Minnesota National Guard, and he has drill up in Minnesota at what the hell is it, Camp Ripley. And he was going to be gone yesterday. So I picked up his dog down at his folks' place. There's an outside kennel there. So he just leaves the dog there and then I go pick it up. He's got drill. Let's see, he had it on Thursday. So it'd have been a Friday, Saturday. No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday drill. So he'll be back Saturday afternoon. So he didn't have a Sunday. It's still a mute of 5, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Usually mute of 5 is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but not for him anyway. And he's a weapons instructor and now platoon sergeant, so he has responsibilities. Anyway, his mom is not real good as far as diabetes and her blood. She has to take a blood medicine, and she forgets at times, and then he gets a thing on his phone, notice on his phone when her blood sugar gets too low, and she's not in a place where she should be. So then I have to go down and check because they're just a mile down the road. His folks only live maybe a quarter of a mile from John. But when he's gone, and then his daughter Kendra is gone, and she's going to a band thing this weekend, so she couldn't watch a dog. It's actually her dog. And she's a junior or senior in high school this year. I forget which, but it's her dog. She lives at home with John. John's divorced, his second. And his folks are, and Jack, I mean, John's dad, he is in his 80s, and he's just too frail and weak to put up with a dog anymore. So I go down and take the dog and bring her up here. And that's Holly. And you know, if you guys know a guy that's in the National Guard or reserves and they have drill and they don't have anybody to watch their dog, you know, maybe they shouldn't have a dog, but if they can't take care of it. But you know, a civilian kennel to board a dog for 2 or 3 days is expensive. So if you can, go ahead and watch a dog. She's house trained. She lets me know when she has to go outside. This morning she came into my bedroom. She normally sleeps in the dog bed out here in the living room, but she let me know this morning she had to go out. She came into the bedroom, woke me up, and I let her out, and she had to go take a crap. So the dog is house trained. She will let you know when she's got to go out. Like when she was bothering me right there, and she normally doesn't do that. So that means she's got to go outside. I'm going to have to go let her back in too. So we may be gone from the stream for just a little bit. But hey, Oz, how you doing, man? Yeah, you know, that's the other thing we're going to discuss. I have two mailmen. One's my regular mailman, and then what he does is he'll leave the mail in the mailbox because he doesn't want that to blow away. But he'll bring the package up and leave it by the door to the mudroom if it's nice out. All right. If it's raining out, he'll normally open up the outside storm door, put it between the doors, and close it if it'll fit. If not, he'll put a bag on it and then leave it outside so it doesn't get wet. But he'll leave the regular mail in the mailbox. Okay. Him, I got figured out. I had another one come and actually opened up both of my doors to the mudroom, inside and outside door, and put the package on a bench that's sitting right beside the door. You know, you go in, sit down, take your boots, your shoes off, and then you go in the house. There's another door to go in the house. That's our mudroom. There's a freezer, a refrigerator in there. I got a wood burning cook stove in there. My grandmother's cabinets in there, and that's where you hang all your coats and coveralls and boots and shit for the winter, so you don't have to go inside the house. All right, everything's out there. There's a sink. Wash your hands. Wash buckets out. Whatever. It's heated. It's air conditioned. Anyway, they opened that door and threw the little package onto the bench, and it was laying there. Okay, so I got a regular mailman. I got a temp when the regular mailman's sick or when he's got appointments or something, you know, when he's gone. So I got a temp that comes and does that. So, okay, there's two different people's style. But anyway, yesterday I was leaving the dog outside, Holly outside, because I picked her up yesterday. And I found a package between the outside and inside door. And it's actually my front door to the house, but it's set back a ways from the driveway. We don't use that door very much at all. My daughter uses it when she's here, but that's it.
That way she doesn't have to walk to the dining room and the kitchen to get out to the mudroom. This way she would just walk out straight out to her car. Anyway, we don't use that door much at all, if at all. And it's set back so far from the driveway. It's set back 20, 30 yards from 25 yards from the driveway. The other door is right there. When you drive in the driveway and park in front of the garage, the other door to the mudroom is right there. That's the door we use. But I found another package. It's my latest package from Durbin, so it couldn't only been in there a day or two. In between those doors. So I'm going to have to leave a note, maybe in the mailbox. And all of those packages have tracking. But when the mailman has a little package, you know, when it's only this size, he'll leave that in the mailbox. If it's got tracking number on it. If it fits in the mailbox, he'll put it in the mailbox. He's had 2 or 3 packages in there that just barely fit. As long as he can get the door closed, he's good. But then these other guys, if there's a tracking number on like that, a little package like this, a little flat thing, it might be, you know, got stuff in it. They'll put it in the mudroom, between the doors out there, between the doors over here, and then leave the regular mail in the mailbox. Well, this could fit in the mailbox too. It doesn't necessarily have to be left up here. It could be left in the mailbox. Not a big deal. But I noticed it's just anything with tracking numbers on, and it's all USPS. The one thing is Ship Station or Easy Post. They're the ones that will. It shouldn't make any difference what service it comes from, but like this one was from AG47 Recon, and this one I found in the mudroom, laying on the bench. But it's the USPS, United States Postal Service, so it's the mailman that delivers it. It's not like FedEx or Amazon or anything. Those guys usually live stiff up by the door, by the mudroom door, on the outside of the house. So I don't know, man. I'm going to have to leave a note in the mailbox just saying, leave it here. And I don't know. It's goofy to me. Let me go check on my dog for a second. See if she wants to come back in. I'll try and keep talking while I'm doing this, but I find it absolutely asinine that you got 2 or 3 different places for packages. I don't really. Hold on, you're coming. Are you all done? All right, just wait. Wait. Okay, you go. All right, you're back in. Get your toy. You got your toy? Get your toy. Here. You got your toy? Get your toy. Come on. Get your toy. Come on, get your toy. Come on, get your toy. Get your toy. All right, there you go. She has a favorite toy. It's an octopus. She has an orange octopus that she plays, or orange monkey. It's a monkey, yeah. Monkey, it's got. Let me see. She got an orange monkey. This is her favorite toy. Come on, get up here. Come on. You want your toy? Get it. She's a good dog. Just one of the stupidest, happy-go-lucky dogs I've ever seen in my life. She's a golden doodle. And you know how goldens are. I mean, yeah, easily trainable, make good bird dog, blah, 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 upland bird dog. But they're scatterbrained. They're just a dumb dog. And this one's a golden doodle. And she's young. I don't even think she's a year old yet. It's a full-grown dog, but still a pup. Acts like a pup. And really likes women because her owner is a young lady. And so when my wife is home, she will follow my wife all over the place and just won't let her alone unless my wife goes down to the basement or shuts the door to her bedroom or something. Then the dog, and I did say her bedroom because she sleeps in a different bedroom than I sleep in because she cannot stand my snoring. Yeah, it's just the way it is. And I roll around a lot at night. So that's just from back pain, rolling around at night. Anyway, so if you know a guy that's in the reserves or National Guard and they're single, but they got a pet and they can't afford really to have it kenneled for the weekend, um, yeah, babysit a dog for them. Help them out, man. They're defending. They're defending you. So why don't you help them out? See, Oz, man. I'm having a great day so far. I don't know what we got a Durbin auction this afternoon, but this Durbin package that I got, I don't. I think it's the last one. The last no, be the one before this last one. Anyway, I know what I got. I got one thing in there I really want to get out. I bought another Durbin bell. This one was Canadian, made out of Canadian coins. So I have two of them now, made out of Canadian coins. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 Durbin 3-coin bells, 90%. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Durbin angel bells, which are 2-coin 40% silver bells, silver coin bells. And I have 1 snuff box, which is a 3-coin 90% snuff box. Plus, he's making me a copper coin bell and a copper snuff box. And I may be done there. I don't know. I might be done because I got 3 of my daughters get 3 of the large bells and 3 of the small bells. My wife has a large bell and a small bell. I have, personally, for me, I have 2 bells. One's a minor bell, one's the backwoods bell, and then I have the Canadian bell. And I think I got another Canadian bell, but the Canadian bells go in my coin collect, my Canadian coin collection. So anyway, that's what we got there. And then we got Holly, and I just, I don't know about the mail guy or what's going on there. I'm gonna have to stop and ask at the post office. I got 3 or 4 packages I got to take up and mail today, so I should get that done. Take Holly for a truck ride. She likes going for rides, just like any dog likes going for rides, you know. But that's the way that is. Let's see, what do I got? I got a package for Gremlin going out. I got a package for Meg going out. I had a package for Kraken that went out. I think that one got sent. Yeah, I got a package for Kraken that's got to go out. Yeah, that's who it is. Kraken, Meg, and Gremlin. Those are 3 packages I got to go out. Then I got one more package I have to do here. I have to send this to Supreme Ginger Stacker, and I will show you. This is a 2024, I think it is. I have to look with my old eyes. Well, you just go there, lay down. You go lay down. Go lay down. That's not for you. I have to look. Get it out of the bag first. Come on. Good God. I believe. Yes, this is a 2024. Australian Dragon. It's got 1952 to 2022 on it, which is the Queen's Elizabeth II's reign. And she's still on the 2024 coin. No, 1952 to 2022. I don't know. Is that the Australian Mint or whatever? This is a $15 1/10 ounce gold coin. Let's see if I can show you real quick here. Yeah, let's just turn the light off. Yeah, it's sunlight on it. You can see the dragon. There's the, get it out of that sunlight. There's the queen. Get it out of the sunlight. There you go. That's a 2024. But anyway, Ginger had sold me 2 of those, and then he decided he wanted to keep one. So I went out and got one out of the safe, and then because you know Ginger and his dragons, right? So he wanted to keep one of them. So I say, sure, I'll do that. I think we're trading for one of his pores or pour and something. I don't know. I had to look up and see what this thing cost me. But it was back when gold was a little cheaper. But anyway, that one's got to go out to Ginger. Then I got to get that one done. And then we have, what do you want, man? What do you want? You just want to get petted this morning, don't you? You're just a pain in the butt this morning, aren't you? Yeah? You're just a pain in the butt this morning. I gave you food. I gave you water. You've been outside twice now. Go potty. So you got that done. You just want to get petted this morning and play, don't you? You just want to play this morning. All right. Well, right now we can't. We're going to go and open a package. We're going to open a package this morning. I'm going to have to bring this over here and bring it down a little bit. Yeah, there's the old eyes. Got to get the paperwork out of the way. A couple pieces of paper there I got to follow up on. It's really weird when you turn 65. I've been 65 for 3 years now, so I've been on Medicare Part A and B for 3 years now. And when I turned 65, my military insurance TRICARE, TRICARE kicked in at 62, but I had to keep my Blue Cross and Blue Shield for a few years when I had kids at home. And then my wife was 3.5 years younger than me, so I had to keep the Blue Cross Blue Shield for her. And then when she turned 65, which was this year, when you turn 65, your TRICARE turns into TRICARE for life for a retiree. Then you don't have to pay for it anymore. It's free after that. And that's your secondary insurance. So it takes, it also takes a place of a Part D drug plan because TRICARE for life picks up your drugs if Medicare doesn't. So, but my wife still had the other TRICARE, which is not TRICARE for life because she's 3.5 years younger than me. So I still had to pay for her. So she turned 65 this year. We got her a permanent ID card because her Medicare, her insurance would have kicked her out if she hadn't gotten signed up for Medicare. So she signed up for Medicare and then had to go up and get another ID card at Fort McCoy. So we had to make a trip up there. Okay, so she got that. So she's covered by Medicare now. And then when she turned 65 in October last month, end of October, I was still paying for her TRICARE. Now, this next month, I shouldn't get charged for it anymore because she's on Medicare and the TRICARE network will pick that up. And she'll be on TRICARE for life also. And I shouldn't have to pay for it. So we'll see my next leave and earnings statement if that is true. But what we got is one Durbin package. This was the package between my front door and the inner door, the outer door and inner door. And you notice it's got a USPS tracking number on anything. And I checked my mail because they always send a tracking number in the mail. And this was the latest one right there, 2690. So I don't understand how long it's been. It couldn't have been in there more than a day or two, but I wouldn't have found that if I hadn't got John's dog and was letting the dog out the front door, because I got a cable around a tree, and that cable is about 30, 40 foot long, so the dog can run the whole front yard basically on cable. And they can't make it out to the road, and they can't quite get in the driveway, but so I can go out and crap and take a leak and do whatever and be out in the sun in the morning, and I don't have to worry about them running away. Well, if I hadn't got a dog over or my daughter's pit bull, because that one will run too, I wouldn't have found that package for at least a week. So I'm going to have to leave a note with the mailman in the mailbox to put those packages up by the mudroom door, by the garage. Anyway, that's just the way it is, man. I am just really, I don't know why a package this size, see, that's my hand, and that's the package right there. And that's the package. That's how big it is. It will fit in my mailbox. I've had 2 of those big postal service boxes, you know, the flat rate boxes, have been in my mailbox at the same time. So there's no reason why this right here can't fit in the mailbox. There's no reason. You don't need to leave it by the door. And the thing is, it'll fit in the mailbox, and there's regular mail in the mailbox, but then they bring these up and they leave them. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And now I'm finding them in 3 different places. So we're going to have to leave a note in the mailbox and tell them, hey, leave them at the mudroom door, between the doors or outside. Don't come in the house because that's a good way to get shot. Yeah, I have guns right here by the computer. I have guns by my bed. I got guns in the shop. I got guns in my truck. I got guns everywhere. So please don't do that. I'd hate to kill you. And you know, you guys know that the United States Postal Service is not a government agency, right? The United States Postal Services is a private organization, private business, but because the government wants the money, they have a government-sponsored 401k and they get government health care benefits. They have to pay for them. They're cheaper than what a civilian could get, but they still got to pay for them. And then they stick it to the government side because the government's got a portion of that, so they stick it to them there. And I think they're on a TSP program, the Thrift Savings Plan, which is what all federal employees get. It's just a 401k. And if you, let's say, well, they match it the first $3. So if you put in three, they're going to match it three. So that's 6%. And then 50 cents on the dollar for $2 over that. So if you uh, invest four or five, they invest four for you. They match four. So you're getting 9% back on 10%. No, you're getting 5% back on 9%, on 8%, 50, 50, yeah, on 7%, whatever it is. That's not bad. And then you can, hey, leave my guns alone. She sees herself in the glass on my gun case and puts her nose up against it. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. Anyway, the only reason the Postal Service is regulated by the federal government is because of stamps, and they don't want people making their own stamps. So that's the only reason, and because the government prints the stamps. I think the Treasury, or yeah, it might be a Treasury, prints the stamps. Might be, but they don't want anybody else printing stamps because that would be forgery then. So I think the government should get out of the mail business altogether, not have anything to do with the Postal Service, make that private, and let competition take over. That would be my, and I don't know about the buildings and the property that the buildings sit on. The federal government names post offices, so they have that business, but I don't know if they own the buildings and the land. Now the government might, and then lease them to the Postal Service. That might be a thing, but I think the government should quit owning the land, quit owning the buildings, quit leasing to, have nothing to do with the Postal Service, and just let the free enterprise system take over. I think that would be beneficial for everyone and would lower the size and cost of government just by that little bit. But there are a multitude of examples of that government waste that we could get rid of. And I think Robert Kennedy Jr.'s got the FDA shitting in his pants right now. And Big Pharma, too. Because he's going to have free reign when Trump takes over. Anyway, let's look in here and see what we got. Dump her out here on the table. What do we got? There it is. There's there we go. We can put that over here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3 packages. 3 little packages. How many auctions was this from? 2, it looks like. Yep, 2 different auctions. Oh, 1 week. Oh, I got a cent roll. Well, you know what? Silver Selling Machine is going to be real happy because I got a cent roll, another cent roll. Right here, nope. Right here, nope. And here, no. It says cent roll. How come I don't have a cent roll? All right, we're going to have to inventory. Yeah, there's some stuff they need in here. October 30th auction and November 1st auction. This doesn't make sense. All right, because the two songbirds that I have, Canadian songbirds that I have, are I already have them. I think the penny roll already got sent. Huh. I don't know. This makes no sense. So now I got to go out to the shed and look in my other safe at the other invoices and see if I got all that stuff. I don't know what this is, man. This is strange, really strange. Let's open it up right here. I'm not. This might have been part of another package. I don't know. Is this the penny roll? This might be the penny roll here. Yep. That's the penny roll. All right. These Lincoln cents. This is the, God damn it. I can't tell. $2009 Denver roll. All right, so let's look at our paperwork here. This is a log cabin, 2009 Denver. Okay, I got that. We'll check that one off. I'm going to put that over here. And that'll get sent to Silver Selling Machine because I trade her pennies for Canadian coins whenever she gets some interesting Canadian coins in. Yeah, this has got several coins in it right here, I can tell you that. Oop, we ain't all the way through. And see, if I open it up like that, then I can keep this bag whole like that, and I can reuse them. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there, so. All right, so I can keep both of those bags. Oh, there we go. All right, let's start marking it off, should we? As we take a look at this, I have a 1957 D Franklin, $50. 1957 D, or look at how proofy that thing is. That's nice, huh? All right. Let me see. We'll leave Mr. Franklin right here. We'll take him off of the list. There's a 57D right there. Okay. I did get a couple of songbirds, different ones. This is the one songbird, Canadian songbird. These are $20 coins, $10 coins. I didn't know they had this series, but I think there's 5 in this series. This is the Baltimore Oriole songbird. $10 coin. I don't know where he finds them, but he does. and it's sealed in there. So it's in a mint seal. So we'll leave the Baltimore Oriole over there. So we got half bird, songbird, 31. Where is lot 31? Right there. Okay, so there's 3 items. 1 down. Double check. Always double check. And we'll put you over here under you right there like that. And then here's 31, which is going to be, we'll just put them on the plastic so I remember which bags they go in. Here's the other songbird. So let's get that one out. So dog finally went and laid down. Finally. Here's the other songbird. This is the cardinal. Yeah, this one cost me because there are a couple people wanting cardinals. Oh, they remind me of my dead mother. And oh, yeah, okay. And the COA's in there too, but they're in the factory mint packaging, so I'm not going to take them out. So that one cost me $6 more than that one did. So let's check that one off the list here. Right there. No, yeah, that one cost me $6 more than the other one did. Because everybody's mother got, yeah, you know the thing with cardinals and yeah, I just collect the coins. They don't remind me of anything except songbirds. And then what else did I get? I got a 64 Kennedy. Ooh, look at how proofy that thing is, would you? Let's see if I can get it up here a little closer and get some light on. Look at how proofy that thing is. That's a beaut, man. That's a beaut. That is just beauty. I don't know. It's just, it says tone, but it's not tone. Is that lot? What lot is that? 32, yeah. It says tone, but it might be toned on the edges, on the very edges, but I don't see any toning on the front or back side at all. You guys tell me, you see any toning on there except maybe on the rim? I'd have to take it out of its holder to see it, I think, because it ain't toned on the reverse or the obverse anywhere that I can see. Maybe right down there at the bottom right around the rim, but that's it, man. That's pretty good looking. Check that one off. And then we got lot 34 is over there. I know what that is. You guys are going to shit yourself because I'm going to go get the other one and show you. What do you got? Hey, Seth. Morning. Hey, 210. Virginia State bird. Is that what it is? Well, yeah, I suppose. What is the Iowa State bird? Goldfinch. The goldfinch. You guys are going to like this. Always, always, always. I love Joe's bells. I know there are probably other people that make them. He does rings too, coin rings also, but I don't have one of those yet. Yeah, let's put this back under the penny roll there. We'll put you down here. And I like the nice little velvet bags that they come in too. I try and save all those if I can. Nice. Yeah, this was, see the coat of arms and the crown. And I think it's, let's see, Canada dollar, and the dollar is down below. And you got two 50-cent coins up above. Let's see if I can get the Durbin dinger to make a sound. Oh, that's got a nice sound. That's got a nice sound to it. Let's see if I can prop that up just a little bit. So you can, it doesn't work. Come on, you. So you can see it. There. All right, now, let me go get my other Canadian coin. That's right, or my other Canadian coin, yeah. Coin balance right over here. There's my other Canadian coin bell right there. See the maple leaf on it? I thought that was cool. It's made out of Canadian coins also. You can see it right there. Dollar. Canada. Canada. So those are my two Canadian coin bills right there. As long as they're Canadian, I'll buy them. Unless they're duplicates. But here, let's get you over here where you can be seen a little bit out of the damn light over there. Maybe we can get these all over there a little bit. There you go. And then we'll get Mr. Kennedy over here too. And then the bells. And then the pennies. The pennies aren't particularly interesting, but we can move them up. We'll move the songbird down. How's that? That way you can see the Oriole a little better. I really do like the, we'll put the pennies over there out of the way. I really do like, that looks like shit, doesn't it? I really do like the bells. Move this out of the way. I'm going to move these up a little bit. And move these up a little bit. Move him over a little bit. Move him down a little bit. So it's, man, just not as the light is not as good as I would like it. I don't know. We'll put our Kennedy over there. Yeah, sometimes I hate that light. Hold up a second. I know what we can do. Maybe I would at some point really like to get a there. Is that better? At some point would really like to get a Canadian coin snuffer. Now, you notice on both of these, just a slightly different just a slightly different bend on this one as this one. This one's got a bigger body. This one's got a smaller body on the bell. And this one looks like it's flared a little more, but it's not. It's just a little bit longer. They sound about the same. They sound about the same, but we'll take the dinger and throw that away. I'll keep those. I think I have one more coming, but maybe not. This might be the one right here. I'll have to look. And the thing is that Joe and Diane send a invoice in the email with the bill, which is nice because then you can go back and double check on stuff. So I like that a lot. And then another thing I really like a lot is that they send the printed email or the printed receipts in the package, so that you know you got what was supposed to be sent. I've only seen one time where I didn't get what I was supposed to get. That was something that was gifted to me, and the person that it got sent to was the guy that paid for it anyway, so it didn't make any difference to me. So we got that done. But other than that, that's why I like it when they send invoices in the package, because then you can check what's in the package against also what's in the email that you got. So I like that a lot, and I like to keep these for reference. Not for me, not for me, because whoever gets them, it's going to be my daughters that get them all. Then they'll know what I gave for stuff. So that's the way it should be. Oh, I was going to, what the hell was my thumbnail this morning? I forgot. Now, what the hell was my thumbnail this morning? I was just looking through some stuff. I don't know. Do you guys ever watch on the internet, on YouTube, redonkulous.com? The man's name is Terrence Pop. He was a Ranger, jumped into Panama during the Panamanian War. Where the hell was I during Panama? Oh, I think I was 12th group. Yeah. No, maybe. Yeah, could have been. Yeah, I think I was with 12th group. Anyway, he jumped in with the Rangers and Ball got his ass killed. I, on the other hand, was in the reserve already. So I already had 6 years of active duty under my belt. And then went to the reserves. Oh, I had 6 years of active duty and a year of reserve time already under my belt by the time Panama came around. I have to look that up. I don't know for sure what year it was, but anyway, Terrence Pop actually served in the 12th group with me. He was in Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 12th group, and I was in B Company, or Bravo Company, 1st Battalion, 12th group. I was in Arlington Heights, Illinois, and he was in Selfridge Air National Guard Base in Michigan. And we used to go up there from Illinois to Selfridge and train up there with them guys on the National Guard base. And my team and his team did a mission together up there at Selfridge, and I remember him on that mission. Him trying to walk on sheer glass ice and slipping and falling, and I don't know how many times he busted his ass. My team decided to put on snowshoes and walk in the snow off to the side of those roads and runways. It's not an active air guard base, though, but all the concrete is there yet. So, and when it rains, it turns into ice, and it's just sheer glass ice on that concrete. And I remember his team slipping and sliding and falling on their asses. And my team put the snowshoes on and walked off to the side, 50 to 100 yards off the side in the snow, because the snow was about a foot deep. So, yeah, I remember that. And now he's on the internet saving lives. What have we got? 552 lives saved so far from suicide, which is phenomenal when you think about it, because he's only been doing that for about a decade now, 12 years or so. Anyway, yeah, 500 and some lives saved in 10 years is good. And now he also is a red pill content creator because of the messy, sloppy divorce that he went through. Or his wife allegedly was screwing the fire department. And he was homeless for 6-8 months, living in his car after his divorce, and lost custody of his kids. And she moved to the other side of the state. He had to drive for hours to go see him. So, yeah, I get where he's coming from as far as men's rights and divorces go. And that also is a leading cause of men's deaths by suicide is divorce. So it just naturally evolved into that. So anyway, there's the stuff. I did want to take my camera down, but I can't do it now. And show you all the stickers, not the stickers, but the magnets I got on my file cabinet here. Man, I got 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's 22 magnets in here, and I think there's a couple, 2, 3 out on my other safe. And then I got half a book full of stickers. So, yeah, everything's cool, except that a lot of us are having health problems now, because a lot of us are in our 50s, 60s especially. And I had health problems last year. I had, the last 2 years, I think I've had 3 different surgeries. One for the aneurysm that was on my colon. Had to have a drain put in and have that drained. And then have it was about a diverticulitis. And I had, 10 inches taken out of my colon. Healed up pretty quick from that one. But my bathroom habits have changed. And then I had my ankle refused last September. That took a year to heal up before I could finally walk on it again, pull full weight and walk on it. And ever since then, it's been going outside and doing the things I should have got done last year, but just rebuilding the muscles in my legs, because for a year I sat on my ass in front of the computer and didn't do anything. And now I spend 2, 3 hours, 4 hours on the computer and go outside and work, splitting wood, cutting wood. Yesterday I went out and threw a whole bunch of walnuts out in the woods. And like I say, if they grow, they grow. If they don't, they don't. The squirrel will find them. But yeah, I get a guy that rakes up walnuts plus my walnut tree, and we take them in pails, and I take them down and I throw them all over in the woods. I think I put out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, at least a good dozen, 15 5-gallon pails full of walnuts, and threw them out in the woods in different places. I will never see those trees, but someone will. And I have a whole bunch of chestnuts to plant from a chestnut tree. I got about a quarter of a pail of chestnuts. I'm going to plant them. I'm actually going to plant them in the ground. I'm not just going to throw them out in the woods, because chestnuts are few and far between around here, and I want them to have the best chance of survival that they can get. And I don't get too many. I have one guy that gives me, I call them Buckeyes, but you know, that gives me the ones that he picks up from around his tree. And I go over and get them every year, and I take them out and plant them. So I would like to see a couple of chestnut trees growing. We'll see. I don't know. If I can see them spring up to about 12 inches or so before I die, I'd be real happy, man. I'd be real happy. And you know what the meaning of life is, don't you? Yeah, I know. It's as you get older, the stuff you did as a young man, and you can young man, young woman, the hell that you put your body through, that you healed up very quickly from when you were younger, comes back to bite you in the ass when you're older. My back injury, uh, I have a break in my back, in my spine. I have a wedge-shaped compression fracture of my L1, and I never had anything done with it, because when you're younger, your muscles will compensate. Your young muscles will compensate, and there's not that much pain. But as you get older and the muscles don't compensate anymore, the pain kicks in, and then you're forced to do something. Hopefully, I'm not going to do anything with his back until I die. I should, but I'm not. Just I had a wise surgeon tell me at one time to not have any surgeries on my back until I can't stand physically the pain anymore. And she said, when you can no longer physically stand the pain, then have surgery done on your back, because you'll never be the same afterwards. So I've been trying to not have surgery on my back. Anything else I could have surgery on? Yeah, okay, great. I got to have a knee replaced too one of these days here, real quick, but because that's no cartilage left in the one knee on the left side, it's just all bone on bone, and it hurts a lot. Your ankles hurt. I got one that's been fused twice, once by the VA, and they fucked it up, and then I had a civilian surgeon do it this last time, and she did a wonderful job. But that's the quality of care you get at the VA. I'll never let the VA operate on me again, ever. Yeah, I go to the clinic for normal stuff, for glasses and for hearing aids, and that kind of stuff. But if I ever have to have a surgery, no, I'm not letting the VA do it. Anyway, yeah, and then after I had the ankle done, so we had the colon, then we had the ankle, and then I had this lipoma on the right side of my rib cage underneath my arm. It was big, man. It was good, like 3 or 4 hands full, I mean, hands full of fat growing on the right side of my chest. I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. And because my dad died of lymphoma, and my uncle, his brother, also died of cancer, but with a lymphoma component to it, I decided I should go get checked out. And I got it checked out. He said, nope, not cancerous, but should come off. So I had that done. That was a um, pretty easy surgery. Yeah, they put me out, but went home the same day, had a drain in, and then had to leave that in for a month or whatever, just to drain the wound, and then got that taken out. God, those are strange feelings. That one that was in my colon, the drain that was down there, when they took that one out, that one felt strange. I mean, that was a different kind of strange. But when they took it out of my side, that was even stranger. That drain was really weird. That was on the point of being intolerable. I mean, I tolerated it, but it was on at that point. The one out of my gut really wasn't that bad. It was a weird feeling, but it wasn't intolerable. The ones I really find strange is when they take the catheter out of my diaca. And I've had that done once or twice, and that's a really strange feeling. Really strange feeling. And no, I'm not embarrassed to have a woman doctor or a woman surgeon. I've had 3 women doctors sticking their fingers up my ass, checking my uh, prostate, and they've all been pregnant, as well as male doctors. But I think I hold the record for having pregnant female doctors sticking their finger up my ass, and that's why I'm not into it sexually. Not very well. Not. That's an exit, not an entrance. Yeah. Anyway, I don't have to go back for the last time I was in. They told me 10 years. I don't have to go back in. So for that, anyway. But yeah, my back hurts all the time. That's why I roll around in bed, because I can never get comfortable. I can't sleep flat on my back. I have to be on my side, one side or the other. So I roll constantly. And then if I do fall asleep on my back at some point, um, I will snore very loud. I and my wife have had separate bedrooms for what, 10 years now? Simply because she can't stand the noise and she has to get some sleep because she's still working. So she's 65 and still working. I'm 68 and retired and have been retired for 12, 58, 56, 12 years. So I, it seems like from the age of, what was it? I was done in Special Forces, being on a team, on an A team. I was done from the time I was 40, 39, 40. My body was done. It was, I couldn't take the, the physical aspect of it anymore at all. So that's when they move you to a first sergeant slot or they put you in a desk slot. up at group headquarters or whatever. And my buddy Tim Beck had already taken the first sergeant slot, and he was going to be there for a while, so there was no chance of me getting it. So I would have had to go to group, probably into operations, group operations, doing mission planning. And but that didn't happen because of the 94 and 95, 1994 and 1995 National Guard Reserve Forces reorganization. The 12th Special Forces Group and the 11th Special Forces Group went away, got deactivated from the Army Reserves, and the 19th and 20th Group, that were National Guard groups, got to stay. And they got all of our slots, personnel slots, they got all the equipment and money for the National Guard. Now, I don't know if you know anything about Special Forces, but on every A team, there's an intel guy that gathers, looks at intel, interprets it, and that's how we plan missions. There should be no intel gathering assets or capability in the National Guard because the National Guard is a state-run military organization, and it's commanded by the governor of the state unless federalized through an act of Congress. Through an act of Congress, not by executive order. By an act of Congress during a declared war by an act of Congress. Iraq, the first war, the Gulf War, after 9/11, was not a declared war. Not too many National Guard and Reserve Forces activated then, although I was alerted for Desert Storm and I was in the 12th Group at the time. We never got activated, but we were alerted. So they were sending Guard and mostly Reserve Forces, but the second Iraq War and the Afghan War, the War on Terror, they activated a lot of state guards. That was no act of Congress, not a declared war, but governors of the states allowed the National Guard units in their states to be activated, which is bullshit. It needed to be a declared war by Congress, and they needed to be federalized to be activated. All the governors that allowed activation were abrogating their responsibilities, and as far as I'm concerned, should be fired for that. You guys that allowed that to happen, allowed your governors to do that, you should know that those governors should be fired and should never hold political office again. And we should have learned our lesson from the Russian war in Afghanistan 10 years prior to us being there, because they got their asses kicked hard just like we did. I think the national sport in Afghanistan is fighting, is war between tribes, between their country and another country. The tribes unite to fight off a foreign and quote unquote foreign invader. And I'm telling you, it's the national pastime there. That's where empires go to die, and that has been true for what, 1,000, 1,500 years? Those people are living in the 16th, 15th century. And we go over and, yeah, we're going to bring you up to 20th century standards. And we're going to do it in 20 years. No, you're not. They're living they're living the way they want to live. They will continue to live that way, and you're not going to change them. You're just not going to change them. So what else do we want to talk about today besides our health? I've got to go out and split some wood today. It's been dry for a couple of days now. It's quite raining. I think this is the third day. The sun's been out for 2 days now. I think the wood's probably dry enough I can go out and split it. But oh, you know what? I did find my I think I told you this the last stream that I had on my last live. I did find my Christmas presents for my wife. I put them away. I took them off my table and put them away for something. I didn't know where I put them. I found them the other day. They were on top of one of my gun cabinets. Well, you know, I would like to be able to do a live sometime and show you some of my guns, but YouTube won't allow it. Long guns or handguns, they just won't allow it. I mean, I could sit them on a table and I could show you them sitting on the table, but I can't touch them in any way, shape, or form. So there's going to be no going out to the range and shooting this gun as compared to that gun and doing whatever. So we can't do that. But I will do a live when deer season rolls around, beginning of December, and we have people over butchering. We'll do a butchering video. So you guys, I can show you guys that it's not hard. You really don't have to know what you're doing. I mean, you kind of do, but you don't. You follow muscle groups. It depends on what you want. You know, you want to cut out steaks. I'm going to cut some steaks out of backstrap. I'll cut the loins out, show you those. We'll cut the legs off, front and back. How we strip rib cages of meat to make a hamburger. How we clean everything up, take excess fat off and stuff. Take the glands out because there is a gland in the rear leg of a deer that needs to come out. But trimming the front legs because there's usually not much but maybe little breakfast steaks in there on the upper part of the leg. Trimming the neck off. And you know, a lot of guys that I watch them don't want to do the work. They will kill a deer. They will take the loins out, inside loins, the back straps, back legs, front legs, and throw the rest of it away. They won't strip the rib cage, and they won't take the neck meat. Then they'll cut off the bottom part of the legs because there's a lot of sinew in there, but there's a lot of meat too. So you just have to separate. You have to cut the sinew off the meat. And all that all goes into grinding for hamburger or sausage or bratwurst patties, breakfast sausage, Polish sausage, whatever you want. You know, that all goes into the grind. And then if you want to add pork to your the ground deer meat, you can do that at a 10 to 1 or 20 to 1 ratio, whatever you want to do. Usually we do a 10 to 1. And it doesn't have to be pork meat. It can just be pork fat, just good pork fat. Because deer is very lean meat, and the fat that is on deer you don't want to eat because it tastes terrible. And you just take it off the meat because it's on the outside of the meat. It's not marbled like beef. It's not on the inside of the muscle. It's just on the outside. Same thing with bear. It's just all fat all around the outside of the carcass and you just strip that all off. Then you have very, very lean meat underneath. So that's why we put pork with it, so that we can fry it. We can cook it, actually. I don't have any bear meat left. I need some more bear meat. Maybe one of these years I can go up and sit in a stand again and shoot a bear. I don't know. I don't really want to climb up in a stand. Put a ground blind down, but bears have very poor eyesight, but they have very good noses and ears. So if you're on the ground, you better be real quiet, and you better not smell. You better not stink. That bear will smell it. I have killed 2 bears in my life. One of those bears is downstairs. He was made into a rug, and the other bear was just made into a flat hide. And my brother has that for his table when he goes to conventions and stuff. And he sells tan skunk hides and tanned hides. He's a trap dealer. So he collects and he buys and sells and fixes traps. So he goes to all the trappers conventions and trap collectors clubs, their conventions in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, and National Trappers when they have conventions, usually all over the Midwest. So it's been in South Dakota, Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa, Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Ohio, Virginia, I think, maybe not. Ohio, anyway. Pennsylvania, Arkansas. God. I have to go out and look where all the conventions have been at. I think Iowa's had it, what, 3 times now? And we're going to go on our 4th here pretty soon. Maybe this year, I think. 2025 might be in Iowa, or 2026 again. But if you've never been to a trappers convention, you should go. It's really neat. Not necessarily the dealer buildings where the guys are set up inside, but the tailgaters outside. Very, very interesting. I bought a really nice AR-15 or a scoped rifle drag bag for a sniper. It's a drag bag. Hook it to your foot or to your arm, and you crawl with it into your hide site. I bought that drag bag for $50. That's a $300 drag bag. I bought it for $50. Am I ever going to use it? I don't know. I might not. You never know. But it was sure worth the money. And you can find deals like that all over. I bought silver coins. I bought, I don't know, $200 and some dollars, $250 worth of silver coins, silver dollars. I think they were Peace dollars or Morgans. I'm not sure. Might have been a combination. And then I bought, I bought a scope. Really good Leupold scope for $220. And that's a $350 scope, easy. So I bought that. You can find some decent deals there. You can get taken, but like any tailgater, but you just have to know what you're looking at and looking for and approximate cost, and you will come out ahead on some items, man. You will come out ahead. But that's like going to garage sales or any sale basically. That's where I got my power hammer. It's a little giant. Made in Mankato, Minnesota. Company still in business. Still get parts for that thing. I think that was made in the 60s, 50s or 60s. But it's only a 25-pound power hammer. I'd like to have a 50-pound, but it's a 25-pounder, so it works on knives and blades. It works on blades. But I'd like to have a flatting head for it. Anyway, that's, and I should do a video, a live video of firing up the forge and getting some steel hot and pounding some steel out. I showed a guy one time. I made a wrench knife. So you take the moving parts out of a crescent wrench, heat that up, and beat it into a single block, and then draw it out into a blade, and you have the handle that was the wrench as the handle for the knife. It's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. Not the best steel in the world, but it's a seller, like railroad spike knives. Most of them are a junk steel, but it's not that they won't cut. They'll cut. It's just that it takes constant sharpening to keep them sharp. They don't hold an edge very well. It's not the best steel. Some spikes are, some spikes aren't, just like lawnmower blades or big mower blades. Some of that steel's really good, some of it's not. You just have to test it before you start working it into a blade. Heat it up, get it hot, quench it, put it in a vise, hit it with a hammer. If it bends, it's not very good. If it snaps off, good steel. So there you go. Basically how you test. I don't know. What else we want to talk about today? We're at an hour and a half already. I think that's about all I'm going to do. I know what my thumbnail was today. It was, let me get up. I have to show you. Maybe I can do it like this. Let's do it like this. All right. It's this tattoo on this arm right here. And if you don't know what De Oppresso Liber is, that means to liberate the oppressed, which is a special forces motto. But I put down here, it's what we do when we mission plan. Think critically. And then you question everything boldly, all those ideas. When you get some ideas you think are going to work, you analyze them thoroughly. And then once you've analyzed everything thoroughly and you've planned the mission, act decisively. Act decisively on that plan. And if you ever get into combat, act decisively in combat. Don't sit there like a scared little rabbit. A couple of things I did want to show you. You know, I go to farmers and Tuli's auctions sometimes, and I buy some stuff. I bought these beavers, and I think I showed you these already. Oregon, made by AAA Precious Metals in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. I bought 4 or 5 of these. I sent one out to Meg so she could have a new beaver. But I bought this one. This was the one I was telling you about that I don't think I showed you yet. I don't think I had it in here. But look at that. Isn't that just a pretty, pretty coin? That's just beautiful to me. And that's why I like Canadian coins a lot. And it's got the open back. You can engrave it. But that's why I like the Canadian Wildlife Series so much. I like the simplicity of wildlife on coins. And maybe that's why I like these songbird series and wildlife series. We've got the raptor series. What other ones do we have that Canada has? But that's maybe why I like Canadian coins so much, just because of the animal series. I did, my two favorite coins from Canada are the Voyagers, the two guys in the canoe paddling. I don't know if they're Indians or trappers. I couldn't tell you which. And then they have the Indians in the canoe also. I think they got 3 Indians in the canoe. But the Voyager coins and the Snow Goose coin, Snow Goose dollar, I like those all a lot also. They have the Charlottetown, Quebec coins, dollars, but those came in a set. So every single one you see comes in a set. The Bobcat quarter, the Howling Wolf, the Mackerel dime instead of the sailboat. Those were all commemorative sets that someone had split apart. So if you ever see one of those coins that has a double date on, like 1863 to 1963 or whatever, those all came out of coin sets. And that Charlottetown, Quebec was one of the dollars that came out of them sets. So yeah, I like that dollar also, but it's not as nice as the wildlife. Oh no, the maple leaf to me is iconic. Um, Plus, like I was watching, who was it last night? I forget who it was. Oh, up in New Hampshire. Not Tim, no, the other coin shop up there. I bought silver, foreign silver from them, but Richard and Adrian and what's the old guy's name I like? The old Jewish guy. What's his name? Yeah, I forget. Anyway, his favorite coin is a maple leaf, and he explains why. He says it's a well-known coin. It's our neighbor right to the north. So, I mean, it's a pretty local coin. But if you look on an American Silver Eagle, it just says fine silver. It does not say 9999 fine silver like the maple leaf does. Uh, a Silver Eagle is 9995 silver. And granted, there is an ounce of pure silver in there, but the coin itself is 9995, whereas a maple leaf is 9999 fine. Also, the American Silver Eagle is a $1 denomination, and the Canadian Maple Leaf is a $5 denomination. So if you took that to Canada and you wanted dollars, or you went to the bank, you wanted dollars, they would do the trade, but instead of $5 Canadian, you would get $3 with the exchange rate, $3 and some cents American. Well, why wouldn't you do that? And that's just in the unlikely scenario that silver would go to almost nothing. You would still have that face value that will get you more money than an American Silver Eagle will. In contrast, and also the premium on a Silver Eagle is about $1.50 to $2 higher than on a maple. So you can buy the maples cheaper. So you're getting more for less. And I got to check out the window because I just heard something big. I don't know if it was a tractor or something just went by on the road, because they still have guys that are doing field work I think it's too muddy to get in the field. Oh, no, it isn't. There he is. He's out there. He's disking up corn stalk across the road. He's disking up corn stalk across the road. And the guy that farms at my place, how you doing, bub? How you doing, babe? Are you going to come up and see me, or you just want to get petted? Huh? You just want to get petted? You just want to make sure that somebody's here, don't you? Yeah. You just want to make sure somebody's here. You want to get petted? Yeah. You want to get petted, don't you? Yeah, you do. Need your butt scratched. Being a golden doodle, she just got her hair trimmed a couple days ago, and her hair is real short. And now she got to get scratched and petted all over it because the hair is growing out on her, and I'm sure it itches. I'm sure it itches. The only thing they left kind of long was her ears. They did trim them, but everything else got shaved off real short. Paws, legs, tail, body, everything. Your face even got shaved. Yeah, your face even got shaved, which is good, man. Probably not the best thing right before winter, but stay out. Hey, stay out of the bedrooms. Yeah. She knows where she's supposed to be and what she's supposed to be doing. And like I say, you know, my daughter's pit bull, my youngest daughter's pit bull, when she comes and she has to go outside, she sits there in front of you and barks at you and will not leave you alone. Will keep barking, barking, barking. You know, she's got to go outside. Okay. This one, she comes over and just looks at you. That's it. She just looks at you. She'll sit and look at you. Then you know she's got to go outside. Once I learned that, when I first started babysitting her, we had an accident or two on the rug, which is not a big deal. She was used to going on puppy pads, so she went on one of the little rugs. So it was easy mess to clean up. And it was just pee, so not a big deal. Until I learned how she lets you know that she's got to go to the bathroom. So you just have to figure that out with your dog. Dogs have different ways of letting you know what they want, but they will let you know. I just don't know if I want a puppy again. I don't want to have to potty train a puppy and put it in a crate overnight. I don't want to do that stuff. I think I will go to, if I get another dog, and I don't know if I want another one because when my last dog, Ridgway, got hit on the road by the mailman and killed, it broke my heart. It did, man. It broke my heart. It broke my middle daughter's heart, too. And she doesn't even live here. And so I don't know if I want another dog and get attached to him again. I can babysit my daughter's dogs when they come over. My youngest daughter has the pit bull. My middle daughter has that terrier. And I can babysit her for a week or two. You know, I'm attached to them, but not as attached as I was to my own dog. And I can't see myself getting that attached to another dog again. I got my cat. And if I did adopt another dog, I think I would go to the local shelter or a shelter and adopt a bully breed. I don't know, pit bull or a staffy or American Stafford, Shire Terrier or something that nobody else wants. And bully breeds are usually the ones that nobody wants. So, yes, I love my terriers. And Ridgway, my last dog, was a terrier. I've had terriers my whole life. I raised English smoothcoat terriers. I love terriers. And pit bulls are, and staffies, and American Staffordshire Terriers, and Staffordshire Terriers from England, that breed. Um, they're all terriers at heart, basically. Bulldog Terrier cross. They're more terrier than they are bulldog. So I would probably adopt one of those. A 3 or 4 year old, maybe 5 year old dog. 6 year old that's settled down, doesn't want to jump and play and needs constant exercise and attention all the time. Somebody that will lay on the couch and sleep all day with little bursts of zoomies. One thing about pit bulls and staffies and amstaffs, they all get zoomies, man. Just back and forth for about 5 minutes. And I love that. I love it. It's a different kind of terrier. It's just a big terrier, and I really like them a lot. So I want one that's housebroken already. You know, I can see accidents happening the first maybe couple weeks that you have them until you figure out what how they let you know they have to go, until they get the routine down. But I think that would be a dog that I could have again, I think. And I don't know, nobody was up this morning, as far as I know. As far as I know, but I just decided to come up and show that package, that Durbin package, because I thought it was just odd. I've never had a mailman leave it there before, ever. So it had to be a different mailman. That's all I can think of. Because it's a USPS tracking number. So it had to be USPS delivered. It wasn't by FedEx or any of the other ones, other shipping. So I don't know, man. It makes me wonder. Makes me wonder. I just have to leave a note in the mailbox from now on. Please leave packages by or between the mudroom doors by the garage. You know, if it's a big box and it's raining out, I mean raining, please bring it into the mudroom and leave it in there out of the rain. But these small packages like this, you could leave in the mailbox. You don't have to bring them to the house. And leave them up here outside or between the doors or tossed in on a bench or whatever, because I don't know they're here then. I don't know. I keep track of how many packages I got coming, how many packages have been delivered. I do keep track of that. I got one coming from $1 Million Meg. I got one coming from Gremlin. I got one coming from Adam J. I got one coming from Durbin yet. And I missed the last Coin Crew auction, so I don't have anything coming from them. Usually I got something coming from them, but I don't. My package from Farmer and Tule are delivered. AG47 Recon was delivered. Bait the Hook was delivered. So, yeah, that's what I got so far. So I know what's coming and what isn't. I don't have the amount of packages that you guys got. Some of you guys got 20 packages a day, or 30, 40, 50 packages a week. I don't have that. So I have 3 packages. I got to go to the post office today. But that was from the last, that's from this last week. And it's just stuff that I'm sending to Meg, stuff that I'm sending to Ashley. Nothing, no coins or anything. And some tokens I'm sending to Kraken. But that's it. I haven't raced any coins for, I don't know, 2 weeks. So I don't have any of that going out. I tried on Brad V's open panel. I had like 40 ounces of silver sitting out here. Different stuff. Germania, Intalios, Libertads, Engleharts, different stuff. Reckless. I couldn't fill a race, so I passed and left the stream. There was no sense in me staying there with 5 or 6 people up. So you were going to get 1 or 2 races in. That was it for the night. And the first one I had to pass on, so I had no hopes for the second one. I just left. I'll try again on Silver Selling Machines stream. But it seems like, I got the same stuff that some people have up, have only had, like 6 or 8 ounces or even less. They can fill a race. And I got 40 ounces of stuff up here, and I can't fill a race. So don't know what it is. Don't care. To me, it's all silver. You can't race it. It just goes in. It just goes in the stack. Not a big deal. Don't care. It's just the way it is. I'll be buying some more silver here probably this week. We get another 10-ounce bar, I think. While silver has taken a hit, I think I'll buy another 10-ounce bar. But I'll get a cheap one. I like the Royal Canadian Mint bars, but I think there's cheaper ones. So primarily a stacker at heart. Primarily. Yes, I collect Canadian coins, but primarily a stacker at heart. So whatever is the cheapest silver is generally what I'm going to buy. And I know a lot of people buy the cheap silver. And I've traded cheap silver to guys that like to pour Angry and Ginger. I bought a couple of other. I bought one from SGT. I bought one from Silver Punk and 365. Their collaboration. I bought from a couple other people. But like like for Angry and for Ginger, they're always looking for silver to melt. So I'll just take whatever cheapest silver I got, send it to them, and then trade for pours. You know, you got to add a little cash, but then I'll just trade for pours. But I think I'm just going to start buying the pours, and I think the last Angry pour I bought, it's still coming yet, the A10, and I bought one of those little knives too. So I bought that as a package deal. I didn't trade him silver for that. Ginger, I traded Ginger silver for gold. Ginger needed silver to melt and had some extra gold, so I bought the gold. Or traded, you know how that went. So, yeah, I think I'll buy, and I want to stay at 1,000 ounces. I don't want to fall below that. So, I'm just going to stack some more silver, I think. Well, it's still relatively cheap. Because I think silver will outperform gold here in the not too distant future. Yes, you're going to see gold move, but then you're going to see silver move astronomically. I think you're going to see the gold to silver ratio come way down again. I don't know, man. I just think that silver supplies are the world stock of silver, refined silver is so low that they are going to run out soon. They will, in my opinion. Especially if they keep up these fucking wars. Because you need a lot of silver for weapons. You need a lot of silver for this green technology. And now we got new batteries that aren't lithium ion, but they're using silver in the batteries. Oh man. And that's going to be one of the limiting factors to solar power is going to be silver. Until you can find something else that conducts heat and electricity as well as silver. Until then, you're going to be using silver, and you're going to be using a lot of it. I mean, you're out. I say outperforming outside. You're using more silver per year than what is produced. And so you're eating into the world's stockpile of the stuff that's already been mined and minted. And at some point, if that trend keeps up, your world stockpile of minted silver is going to run out. And then at that point, as that stockpile gets lower and lower and lower, the price is going to go up and up and up. So I don't know, man. I see a real boon for silver in the future, but gold will always be gold. And I don't think you can manipulate that market like you can the silver market. Because what do we got now? We've got 500 paper contracts for every ounce of physical. Man, oh man. Just imagine if everyone wanted to take possession of that silver that they hold in contracts, how many people would be screwed? Oh man, that's I watch these guys who analyze that stuff, and it just amazes me that but it's all corruption, because the regulators who regulate that industry should see that the price manipulation, the spoofing that goes on in the silver market, and put a halt to that immediately. I don't think you should be allowed to short sell something. I think that's I think that's just illegal as shit, or it should be if it isn't. It's unethical, that's for damn sure. And buying and selling silver on paper, if it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, should be illegal also. There is no way you should be allowed to trade 500 ounces of paper silver if you're only holding 1 ounce of physical. That's just asinine. And that's how they keep the price suppressed, though. So it's just corruption at the highest level. At the highest level. And like I say, who runs this world? The World Bank and the Bank of International Settlements. Those two right there. And who's pushing their agenda? The World Economic Forum, UN, those people. And they're suggesting writing policy for the Fed, the world federal banks, Bank of Japan, Bank of England, the Fed here. Yeah. And then they're telling the governments what to do. So governments, world governments, really have nothing to do with economic policy. They really don't. They're just the front guy. They're just the front guy. They're the guy in front of the camera saying, okay, we got to do this, we got to do that. But somebody's telling them what to do. And I think it's the bankers. The bankers are the runs that run the world. And we have, it's all about control, guys. You know, organized religion's about control. And organized religion is the basis for almost all of our laws and our societal morals and standards. But it's all about control. What would a person do if there was no control over their lives? No laws, no regulations. Would people be evil or would they be good? I think the majority of people, majority of humanity would be good, with the outliers being evil, of course, because there's always going to be evil. We are evil, hairless monkeys, but we're evil, hairless monkeys with minds that can reason and think critically. That's what separates us from all other animals on this planet. So, I don't know really where I was going with that, but that happens. And I get so far down the rabbit hole that I forget where I was when I started. But anyway, it's corruption. It's just corruption in our systems, all of our systems. And we talk about the Russian oligarchs and the corruption in their system. And that's a communist, kind of a communist capitalist system. More communist than capitalist as far as control goes, but you know what I mean. And then you got the Chinese system. And we talk about corruption in the Chinese system. And that's strict communist system there. One man control, just like Russia, it's a one man control, but Russia's more open to the outside markets than China is. If it didn't benefit them, they wouldn't have any foreign investment. But corruption in any government, corruption in our system, in a capitalist system, those people trying to turn us into a communist system, which has been going that way ever since Eisenhower, even before Eisenhower, Roosevelt. Anyway, we've been going that way. Every president. Trump is a little different. He's not a corrupt businessman or a corrupt politician. He's a businessman. I'm sure there's a little corruption in his hierarchy also. But he's a businessman, so he understands the bottom line. The bottom line is profit, dollars. He's getting it one way. Politicians are getting money another way. Politicians are getting money by screwing taxpayers over, by screwing the population over as a whole. Businessman's getting his money through profits, through by making money for his board members, through business. He's selling us stuff that we want or need, and it might be inflated, but that's how he's making his money. So I'm sure there's some corruption in his hierarchy of businesses also. But how about Mexico? How many corrupt cops and politicians are there in Mexico that allow these drug cartels to operate in the country as freely as they do? How about the corruption in the government, in our government, that allows weapons to flow into Mexico, into these cartels? Granted, they're getting weapons from other places, but there are weapons coming from the United States also. How about the corruption in the governments of South America and Africa, where there are dictators, and their cronies up at the highest levels, their generals, their military people are all taking a cut, are all taking money. Are all stealing. Everybody's stealing. I think Trump is a temporary block to the people who are trying to turn this government, our country, into a communist system. He's a temporary block. Let's talk about who comes after Trump and what direction the country's going to go. Are we going to go more left, or are we going to go more centrist right? I'm hoping we go centrist. pretty much, where we are more socially liberal, just a little bit, just a little left of center, and more fiscally conservative, maybe just a little right of center, fiscally conservative. And where our government gets back to doing what it's supposed to be doing, our Congress needs to vote on laws as a standalone bill, not adding and subtracting from the bill all these pork barrel things. If a bill can't stand on its own 2 feet, singularly, it can't stand on its feet with a dozen other things attached to it. And so it shouldn't be passed. If it can stand on its feet singularly, and then you add other things to that bill, well, then we have to look at the other things. But I think all bills should be voted on singularly and not have all of these things added to a bill just so that it'll pass. No, it should not be allowed. Should not be allowed. And there should be, just so we don't have all the graft in government, all the corruption in government, there should be term limits for every politician. That's at the state, federal, and county level. And if you're a politician and you're not at work, you shouldn't be salaried. Politicians shouldn't be salaried. They should be paid by the hour. And they should get regular overtime like every blue collar worker gets. Why? Because that will ensure that they're there and working. Right now, they vote on a bill. Oh, it's so partisan. Only the Republicans are there, or only the Democrats are there. We're going to show our disfavor with this bill by not showing up and voting. Bullshit. That means you're not working. You're not working, you shouldn't be paid. Period. You should have the TSP 401k program just like all federal lower wage grade employees, GS employees get and have to submit to. And now the military gets that also. They don't have a retirement anymore. You spend 20, 30 years. Now you have your TSP. That's all. You're going to just roll over your 401k. That's all you're getting. Might get your health care through the VA, but what good health care that is. And they should only get that while they're in office. Right now, they get a retirement. They serve one term in office. They get a retirement for the rest of their fucking life when they turn 60 or 62. Bullshit. That's bullshit. That's all fucking bullshit. Laws need to be changed. Government needs to be shrunk. Efficiency in government needs to be upped exponentially. Just look at FEMA right now in North Carolina. What a bunch, or in Florida, and some in Texas. What a bunch of shit. God, I'd love to be able to work for somebody and not do any work and still get paid. It's fucking crap, man. The top 10 positions in every federal agency needs to be fired. Some agencies need to be done away with completely. The ones that are mimicking the same things that another agency does. Bullshit. We don't need that duplication. I don't know, man. I could do a lot. I could do a lot as president. I know the first thing I would do as president when I got into office, and he can do this by executive order, he can fire every federally appointed position. Every appointed position. He can fire them all. All the federally appointed judges in every court. He can fire every senior executive service appointed individual. Not the hired ones that have to go through a hiring process, but the appointed ones. He can fire all of them and replace them. And he should do that. Every agency, everyone. That'll take care of the top, at least the top position in every agency, and maybe the top two, and then fire 5 or 6 underneath that yet. Man, I could do so much as president or as an advisor to the president. And now we got Robert Kennedy in there, Jr. He has the FDA quaking in their boots, and Big Pharma quaking in their boots. Good. There's no reason why Fruit Loops in the United States have 12 or 13 ingredients, and the Fruit Loops in Europe have 3. We're eating shit here. There are chemicals sprayed on agricultural stuff in Europe that have been banned for decades now, and we're still using it here. That's why we're so sick. That's why Big Pharma is so fucking rich. That's why doctors are getting so much money here in the healthcare industry, getting so much money here in the United States, because they're keeping us perpetually fucking sick. By intentionally spraying shit on food or mixing it with food in our agricultural products or at the factory that are bad for us. Why are we still using Roundup? Why? Why are we using any glyphosates at all? Been proven to be cancer causing. They don't use it, been outlawed in Europe. We did it with DDT. Why can't we do it with glyphosates? We've known about the health hazards for fucking decades now. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. And I think they know that 4 more years of Kamala was getting us closer and closer to freedom seeds flying in the wild. I think they allowed Trump to win just to settle down the anger in the population of the United States. That's what I think. Then their intent after 4 years is to regain control and continue on with what they were doing with the anger level way low. Just, I mean, it was like that at the start of the Biden presidency. The anger was raised a little bit because of the obvious. And I'm telling you, obvious. And if you don't fucking see it, you don't have eyes to see. You're stupid. You're uninformed, you're ill-informed, you're unintelligent, one or the other. That election was stolen from Trump. If you don't believe that, where are the missing 13 million votes? They said at first 20 million. It's right at 12, 13 million votes. Where are those votes? Are you trying to tell me that more people voted in 2020 than they did in 2024? You're wrong. More people voted in 2024. Kamala got the same number of votes that Joe got, or that, Hillary got, and she lost. Trump got more votes than that, but somehow Biden managed to beat him by 13 million votes. There are 13 million less votes in this election. Where did those voters go? And if you're not asking that question right now, you are a stupid person. There was a bigger turnout in this election than there was last election. So where'd those 13 million votes go to? We're 13 million shy, and Trump won. So if we were 13 million shy last time, Trump should have won. Where the fuck are the votes at? Yeah, I see you. All right, we're going to get off. There's just some questions for you guys to ponder. Just some questions to ponder. So, hey, it's still us. We live free or die. Or die. What do you want up here? What are you doing licking my hand? Huh? What are you doing licking my hand? What are you doing licking my hand, you goofy dog? What are you doing? You need some water? Huh? Do you need some water? I'll bet you still got water out there. You're just up here playing with me, aren't you? Yeah, you are. You're just up here playing with me. Yeah, you are. This is one of the stupidest dogs I've ever met in my life. Just a happy-go-lucky do-do-do-do-do kind of a dog. I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Boop, boop, boo, doo, 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 dee. Bringing home a baby bum. That's the kind of dog this is right here. She does know how to sit, but that's it. That's about it. She doesn't play tug of war very well. Are you gonna bring that up? Are you gonna bring it up? Come on, get up here. No? All right. There she got her monkey, and she's going. And gone. Oh, now you're gonna bring it over here. Monkey. You can have it. You can have it. Okay. We'll go out and look at your water dish here shortly. All right, guys. That's it. Good to see you. Hi, Gremlin. How the hell are you? Yeah, we were just discussing my odd package deliveries and my mail people, if I got more than one. I know I do. Gotta have. Just where the packages have been delivered. We've been talking about this election, last election. We've been talking about corruption in government. You know, all of the light stuff for Friday morning. We did open up a Durbin package, and look what I got, dear. I got another Canadian bell. This was my first Canadian bell right there with the maple leaf on it. But I got another Canadian bell now with the coat of arms on, and made out of Canadian dollars and then 2 Canadian halves. We did get those. We did get a really nice 1964 Kennedy. Look at that. Look at the shiny on that. And then I got a 57 Benji, and I don't usually buy them unless they're cheap. So they were relatively cheap. And then I got two songbirds, two Canadian songbirds. I got the Baltimore Oriole, and it's still in the mint packaging with the COA in there. And I got the Cardinal. Ooh, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. My Cardinal right there. See, it should set like that. Yep. Still in the mint packaging also. So that's, I did get a roll of 2009 D. These are the log cabin pennies. And these will be going to Angela. Silver Selling Machine likes to coin hunt through penny rolls. So I trade her for Canadian stuff. So there you go, man. That's what I got. But do you like my bell? Here's the other one I had. Pretty good sound. Pretty good sound for those two bells. I like them a lot. What are you doing, doggy dog? You over here licking on me again? You just want to get petted, that's all. You just want to get petted. Yes, you just want to get petted. I think your hair is cut so short that it's actually itching you. You are growing more hair. She has a woolly coat like a poodle or a sheep, and she just got trimmed up not too long ago, last week, I think. So her hair is probably itching all over her body. And that's why she's over here, wants to get rubbed and scratched all the time. All right, you guys. If you got nothing else to say, I am going to end this stream and just get on with it. Because I got stuff to do today. Got to go to the post office. Got to mail some stuff. Yes, Ashley, one package is coming to you. One package to Meg, one package to Kraken. Then I have to be back here in time for Durbin's auction. What is it today? Is it 2 o'clock today or 5? I don't know. I can never tell when he's coming up. I can never, ever tell. About an hour before the auction is when he's going to send an email saying, hey, we're going to have an auction. Okay, great. So I got to keep coming in the house and checking throughout the day. I don't know if I'm going to be buying anything today. It all depends on what he's got going on. But I do like to purchase Canadian stuff there if I don't have it. If I have it already, then nah, I'll let somebody else get it. But and then the one auction I didn't get to, there was one other songbird. I think there were 5 in this series. I have 4. 3 of them have COAs, 1 doesn't. It was taken out of the lollipop and the COA got lost. But I have the coins anyway. And the other one got bought by, I think, Mr. Robert Pintoff, and I'm going to have to get a hold of him and see if he would like to sell it or trade for something else that maybe he wants. Because I would like to have all 5 of the series, if at all possible. And it's like my nickels. Oh, see my spreadsheet? Yeah, I have several. That's all Canadian shit. But my small Canadian nickels, I now have an 1899, 1900, 1901, 1902, 1902H, a 1903, a 1903H, a 1904, a 1905, a 1906, 7, 8, 9, and a 10 now, a 1910. I don't have a 1911 or a 1912, but I have a 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I don't have a 16. So I don't have 11, 12, and a 16. And then when it gets down to the 1800s, I have, wow. What's the oldest one I have? 1858, I believe. I have 1890. Do I have an 1898? Nope. 97? Nope. 96? Nope. 95? Nope. 94? Nope. 93? Nope. Oh, yep, I got 1893 right there. I have to put these in order here. 93, a 90, 92. Nope, I don't have an 1892. I got 1891, 1890H. Then we got to get down to 1889. So the 80s. So I got 1886, 85, 83H, 82H, 82, 81, 80, 80H. So then we got to get down to 1870s. I have an 1872H. And that's all I got in the 70s. I have none in the 60s. I have one in the 50s. Those are my small nickels. Then I got the Canadian large cents too, which I like a lot. I got 1900 and 01, 07, 07H. No, 08, 09, or a 1910. I have an 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's what I got for large Canadian cents. I believe I got two of them coming in a nickel. I do have a small Canadian cent that is not a maple leaf on it. It's a 1920 King George V, and I have an older maple leaf coin, penny, a 1942 King George VI. Then I got the newer ones in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, but I got quite a few caribou quarters. I think the oldest one I got is a 1943. You got a 49, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 57, 8, and 60s, 60, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Those are caribou quarters that are not normal circulation coins. I think the oldest Canadian half dollar I got is a 1943 and a 46, 54, and a 59. And then the rest are in the 60s. And then the oldest Canadian dime I have is a King George V, no date visible on it. I don't know if that's a, pretty sure it's 80% silver. Could be 925, but I'm not sure. I do have a 42, 43, 44, and a 49. I have a 53, 57, 58, and a 59. And then 60, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. Cadillac. Oh man, I forgot to put that on there. I didn't find my other death totem yet. I have 2 death totems. Yeah, it's amazing the amount of Canadian coins I have. Got a lot of Olympic sets, believe it or not. Olympic coins, Olympic sets. I think all the Olympic single coins were taken out of the sets. But I really do need to complete this first SSF first Special Service Force collection from Canada. Those are commemorative. I need a 2013 half-ounce silver, a 2013 1/10 ounce gold, a 2018 1/10 ounce gold, and a 2018 1/4 ounce gold. And that collection will be complete. But till I find them, that collection will stay incomplete. Hey, Frostbite. Good morning, buddy. Oh, I know you're late. We talked about a lot of stuff this morning. I see my two new Canadian songbirds. I got the Oriole and the Cardinal. I did get a nice Benji and a nice Kennedy. You can see them. And both of those are pretty looking coins, man. Really nice looking. I mean, blast white. And then I did pick up this Canadian bell. This one's got the crown and a crest on it. Made out of Canadian coins. And this was the previous one I had as a maple leaf. Also made out of Canadian coins. And I bought a roll of pennies, of course, going to a silver selling machine. These are 2009 Denvers. Yeah. This is the celebration of Lincoln's 200th birth and early childhood in Kentucky. So this is the log cabin one. So silver selling machine, I'll get those. I should probably package that up today, get that sent off to her. What the hell. I'll get them there. I like to buy a roll of pennies if I can get them cheap enough, and then send them to a silver selling machine. She'll send me some interesting Canadian stuff once she finds some interesting Canadian stuff. She did. Oh, she did send me just some regular nickels. And out of that bunch of nickels, I found one, I think, that was non-magnetic. So all the new ones were non-magnetic or magnetic. So they were all plated coins, but, or zinc, you know. I found one in there was a 1986 beaver nickel that was non-magnetic. And so I weighed it, and it weighed the same as the other newer nickels. And then I put it on my Sigma, and the Sigma would not say it was silver. It would not say it was copper. So I don't know what it is. I don't think it can be aluminum if it weighs the same. It feels the same. It doesn't feel like aluminum. So I don't know what that coin is. Anyway, I sent it up to Joe Durbin for him to take a look at. He's pretty good with that stuff. So if he sends it back to me, Frosty, and he can't figure it out, I'll send it to you then. Oh my God, Mrs. Coin Crew is up. Yeah, I sent nickel up to Durbin first because he's really good with Canadian coins, living up there just south of Canada in Minnesota. If he can't figure it out, then I'm going to send it to you, Frosty. It's a 1986 Canadian beaver nickel, but it is not magnetic. It weighs the same as a regular nickel. And the signal wouldn't tell me what it was, so I didn't test it for platinum or palladium. Maybe I should have. I tested it for copper and silver, but that's all I tested it for. I don't know what it is, man, but it ain't silver, and it ain't nickel copper, or it would have told me, and it would have been magnetic. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. But yeah, I gotta mark these stuff down here and then take it out. I gotta find my other death totem. My other death totem is in a set. I know it is. It's in a set of coins. And I think the only way to get that death totem is to take it out of a set of coins, which then would tell me that it's 50% silver, more than likely. But I have 2 death totems. I would like to have another one. There was one for sale on Durbin, but somebody else wanted it really bad. And so I let that one go. But so that goes. You know, everything I get, I try to get in threes because of my 3 daughters, so that when I die, they can actually split shit up 3 ways and each have the same thing. But I don't have 3 of everything. They're just going to have to live with it. So I don't know, man. What should we do here? I'm going on 238. I should just make these, instead of lives, start doing podcasts. Like I said earlier, I will be doing some lives from out in a butchering room when the first weekend December rolls around and we have deer we're going to butcher and do a butchering video. Kind of a farm to table, but we'll just do a wild to table. You know, we'll do it when we're skinning in the shed. And then when we transport stuff over to butcher room, a lot of times we just hang them in a cooler, but if they got to be skinned, then we'll just hang them up in the shed because that's taller. Anyway, we haul them over and put them in a cooler, and then, you know, usually they hang for a week or so. And just tenderize a little bit, and then haul them in the butcher room and cut them up. Then after we get everything, all the grind meat all cut off, and it's in pails, then we'll run it through the grinder a couple times, add our pork to it. And I got a stuffer, but it just, stuffing tube fits on the front of a small grinder. I could make sausage that way. I don't want one of those. I'm going to spend the $500 or $600 and get Thinking we get a 10-pound motorized stuffer so that both hands are free. Once you pack it with meat, then the motor compresses it, so you got both hands so that you can feel the casing in the sausage that's coming off of the tube. Because if you have to grind with one, compress with one hand with a grinding handle, and you need two people to do that. One person to just turn the damn grinder and compress the meat, and another person to make the sausage in the front. But yeah, we can do that. Usually what we do is just all the grind meat after the pork is added and everything goes into pails, and then it's covered and hauled to the local locker, and then, or whichever locker you want. I can haul it to Deerfield or Riceville or Osage or wherever, whichever locker you prefer. Deerfield's usually cheaper and they do a really good job, but it's a little bit of a trip over there. So it's just a convenience thing, as far as money goes. And then you can have it made into whatever you want. Bratwurst patties, regular tubed bratwurst, wieners, breakfast sausage. You can have that made into breakfast sausage in casings or patties. You can do Polish or whatever kind of sausage you want. Or you could just leave it as burger. I do a lot of that, just burger. But because there are times when I run out of beef, or there are times I run out of pork burger or beef burger, or even elk. Still got some elk out there from the last one I bought. I don't have any more from the last one I hunted, but I have some from my neighbor up the road about 5 miles. He raises elk, and so whenever he has one, he has to put down because he's got a broken leg or broken back or something. I'll buy a quarter or a half of an elk. So then I'll process it myself. It's no different than doing a deer. I just like elk. I just like the taste of elk meat better than I like deer. I mean, I raised all of my girls, and from the time I was initially married in 1983 till now, I will not hesitate to pick up a fresh roadkill deer if it's not splattered all over the place. If it was just hit and it's laying off the side of the road and it's a fresh kill, hell yeah. I'll call a DNR or a sheriff and get a salvage tag, and take it home. You can't pick it up. It's illegal to pick them up without a salvage tag, which is stupid. You call out the sheriff, he comes and says, "Who hit it?" I don't know, just laying there. I'd like to take it home. Okay, write your tag. And so that way, when you take it to a locker or whatever, then you're legal. You're legal, which is bullshit. And that's why I try to process all my stuff here. I don't need to call a sheriff if there's a roadkill deer. I don't need to do that. Don't need to waste their time. Don't need to waste my time waiting. Load it in the back of the truck, get it home, and get it gutted quickly and cool down. Save the meat. So that's how that goes. So we'll be doing a video out there from skinning deer to cutting them up to grinding to packaging. Meat ready to go in the freezer. Meat ready to eat. It's usually the first after deer season. Everybody helps skin at night after the day's hunt's over. Then we skid deer, hang them up and skin them, let them cool. But usually it's the whole group there, or most of the group. And then there's some guys in our group will take their own deer and do their own deer at their own place, so they don't have to drive back over here. The neighbor down the road does his own deer on the kitchen table, but he does his a quarter at a time. He will go out to the shed, cut off a quarter, take it in the house, cut it up, and then the next night he'll do another one. That's the way I did it when I was first married. But he's been married for a while. He just doesn't like the way we do stuff. So he's more picky when it comes to his meat. Okay, that's fine. And then there's another couple of brothers. They take their deer home with them also at the end of the day or at the end of the season because they don't want to drive back over here. It's too much of a drive for them. You know, if it takes a half hour to get over here, a half hour to get home, and you're just coming over here to cut up deer, you might as well do that at home. If you have the knowledge and you have the place to keep it cool, yeah, go ahead and do it, man. Got no problem with that. Most of the guys cut up here, and a lot of times we're not going to wait for people who, I want this free time. I got to go to work. I don't have any free time until next week. Well, fuck you. We're cutting up your deer now. We don't care what you want out of it. You know, here's some steaks and here's your burger. Take it home. Don't care. So it's usually me, my brother Phil, and my other brother Brian. We'll all sit out there and we'll cut up 5 deer a day. If our group gets 20 deer, it only takes us 3 days to 4 days to cut them all up. And usually it takes less time than that. So we'll cut off some backstrap or loins and we'll fry them up while we're butchering. We'll have sandwiches, steak. If you want an egg, I'll crack an egg in there too. Fry that up for you. But yeah, we eat well when we're cutting up deer, and I want to leave some in chunks this year. I'm going to can it. I have to go down and look. I canned meatballs one year. I just made deer burger, made it into balls, and then put it in quart jars and canned it. I got to go down and look. That was a few years ago. Might be 10 years ago at this point. I'll go down in the pantry and look and see if take one of those out and try it and see how it is. But instead of grinding it up, doing all that work, I'm just going to leave it cubed in like 2-inch cubes and pack that in quart jars and can it that way. Because when you go to cook it, you can always take it out, cut it smaller, or leave it in that size of a cube and slice it. You can make sandwiches, and you can do all kinds of things with it. Taco meat, burrito meat, depending. And if you want, you can run it through a little grinder on your counter and make burger out of it. But it's already cooked in the jar because you've heated it up that much that it's already cooked. So all you have to do is heat it up once you take it out of the jar. You don't have to cook it, just heat it. So, I mean, it's ready to eat right out of the jar. If you want to eat it cold, you can eat it cold. But I want to can some more this year. Yeah, I don't want to freeze as much. I want to can more than I freeze, if at all possible. Yes, it's true. I can't freeze or can. I can't can sausages like if it was patty bratwurst meat, I could can that. If it's bratwurst, like say in casings, dog style, I couldn't can that, but I could put it in a smoker and smoke it and cook it until it's done in a smoker. and then hang it up where it's cool in my cooler, my walk-in cooler. And that should keep for what? No flies in there, no moisture. That should keep for a long time in a cool, dark place. I don't know. I'm gonna try that just to see. I'm almost thinking it would be too done, but I'm gonna have to look into that and see how sausage can be preserved for long term and not canned. I know you can brine in a pickling solution, but then you change the taste of the bratwurst. You can salt cure it, and that might be the way to go, salt curing, or I can smoke it. So that would be a hot smoke. Then I have a smoky bratwurst. Don't know about that. I almost think a salt cure would work better, but I'll have to research that. Time we got. Oh, 10:52. Look at that, man. Hey, Angela, look what I got for you. I have another roll of pennies. This is a 2009 Denver. This is a birth and early childhood in Kentucky, so that's the log cabin penny. Yes, what do you want? You want me to play with this toy? You want it? I'll give it to you. You want it? Or do you want to play tug of war? You don't play tug of war really good, do you? You want it? Get it. Okay, you can have it. So this is coming to you. I got to get a package up and set though. Are you finding any good looking, especially Canadian coins anywhere? Anything special? You know, I do like if you find any Voyager dollars, the Snow Goose dollars, the Charlottetown, Quebec dollars, 50-cent pieces, caribou quarters. Take a magnet to them. Take your, God damn it. I don't want to come off there. Go to the hardware store and get yourself a little neodymium magnet, called rare, it's neodymium or whatever. And see, that's a 925 handle. That's a 925 handle. But the coins themselves are magnetic because they're only 80%. That's Canadian. But you can check the dollars and see. And the quarters and the 50-cent pieces and see if they're magnetic. If they're not magnetic, I would like to have them. That last bunch you sent me, there was only one nickel in there that wasn't magnetic. So the nickels are worth 3 cents American. And I got a lot of them nickels. I mean, ammo can full of those things. And we've taken all the silver stuff out. I like the silver stuff better. Nickels, dimes, quarters, 50-cent pieces, and dollars. Anything from 50% silver, 80% silver, 925 silver, and then you got the 4.9s fine after that. But the 925 and 80% are the best ones, in my opinion. There's some really good, nice sets that have 50% stuff in. But there's a lot of clad stuff that I don't really care for. I got enough of that crap. But the other stuff, the 50% stuff generally comes in sets, like a double dollar sets. So you'll have one 50% dollar, and then you'll have a clad one at the bottom or something like that. And then the penny, nickel, dime, quarter, 50-cent piece in there. And usually those are all clad too. If there's a 50-cent piece in there, it's probably not clad. That's probably 80%. The quarters and the dimes, maybe 80. It all depends. If it's a 50% dollar, then the rest of them are clad. If it's a 80% dollar, then the rest of them will probably be silver, except for the penny and the bronze and whatever. But yeah, you know how that goes. I'd rather have silver than clad. That's just the way that goes. Yeah, these bells are 80%. Plus, there's a steel inside on the dinger. You see the little how he makes the dinger in there, and I believe the dinger is yeah, that's 80%. That's part of a coin also. It's got a bell stamped on it. But yeah, all of the little things in there, all the little steel in there makes it magnetic. All right, that's what we got there. Hi, Daryl. How you doing, man? Everybody just coming in slow and late. Slow and late. I'm gonna have to turn on the get away from that turkey. I'll bust your ass if you fucking touch that turkey. I will shoot you in the head. You just need to go outside and play outside. I think I'll take her out the backyard and tie her to that chain out there, because that way she can't get fucking tangled on shit. If I let her out the front, or I normally let her out to go take a crap and pee, they get all tangled up around I got a hydrant out in the front yard for water, and my wife has stakes up to hold the downspouts in so that she can move them when she wants to mow around flower gardens and stuff. And the dog gets all tangled up around those. So rather than having to go out there and untangle the dog, I just put her out in the back, and then that way she's laying in the sun in the afternoon, and it's not cold. She can go out on the grass, take a crap or a pee, and lay up on a picnic table in the sun, get warmed up. So that's probably what I'll do with her when I'm down in the shed, or when I'm not gonna have her on a leash all around, or I'm not doing that. Because if I hop on a tractor to go do something, or I go out to the wood pile and go splitting, then I'd have to tie her to the bumper of the truck, and I'm not going to do that. So I'll just leave her out on the chain. She can lay out in the sun. There's a water bowl out there for her, so that's not a big deal. The thing that gets me is that this dog, this golden doodle, she's just a skinny dog. I mean, greyhound skinny, just skinny dog. And like I say, she ain't the smartest dog I've ever seen in the world. She's bringing home a baby bumblebee. That's her demeanor. That's her intelligence level. I wouldn't have a damn dog myself, but it's the neighbor's daughter, and she's a junior or senior in high school this year. She's got other shit going on, so she couldn't watch her own dog. And he's at National Guard at drill up in Minnesota, so he can't come home every night. So I volunteer to babysit for the dog because his mom and dad just are so old. They're 88, 7 years old, and they're still at home, and they cannot take care of this dog. So I'm surprised he's got dogs out in the kennel yet. He's got hunting dogs out there yet for the guys that come from out of state and go pheasant hunting in the fall. I don't see how he still got them things, but he still does. All right, men's and ladies and gentlemen and babies and children, we're going to end this because I'm at 3 hours, and that's enough. I got other shit to do. So we will see you all later. Have a good one, and remember this right here. See ya. Hit the end of the stream thing. Do 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 do. There we go.